You stopped wearing the shirt they said looked stupid. You stopped mentioning the friend they didn't like. You stopped using certain words around them. And every time you made one of those adjustments, you told yourself you were just being flexible. That's where it starts. Not with a dramatic moment, with small, reasonable-sounding compromises that pile up until you don't recognize the person making them. Bruce Lee said, "Be like water." People love that line. Most of them get it completely backwards. Lee said water becomes the cup, the bottle, the teapot. People stop reading there. They take it as permission to dissolve into whatever container holds them. Be agreeable. Don't make waves. Fit the shape they're asking for today, and a different shape tomorrow. But Lee was a fighter. That matters. Water doesn't just fill containers. Water breaks rock. Water carves canyons. Water moves around every obstacle in its path and stays water the entire time. The shape changes. The substance does not. That's the part people leave out. Manipulators love when you read the line wrong. They want you flexible. They want you small enough to fit whatever they hand you today. Every time you adapt your form, they push to see how much further you'll go. Every adjustment becomes the new floor, and the ceiling keeps dropping. The cost shows up slow. You stopped doing the thing you loved because they rolled their eyes once. You changed the way you laugh because they said you were too loud. You hold opinions now that you used to argue against. You look in the mirror, and the person looking back is shaped like the room they live in. That is not water. That is getting absorbed. That is erasure that was patient enough to look like growth. Here is how you tell the difference between adapting and disappearing. Ask yourself 3 things. Am I changing how I show up, or am I changing what I believe? One of those is strategy. The other is surrender. Am I picking my battles, or have I forgotten that I'm allowed to fight any? Picking battles is wisdom. Forgetting you have standing to fight at all is something that was done to you. Am I adjusting my volume, or am I deleting what I was going to say? Adjusting volume is reading a room. Deleting the thought before it reaches your mouth is you enforcing their rules on their behalf. The first answer in each pair is water. The second answer is erosion. People in healthy situations adapt all the time. A meeting asks for something different than a conversation at midnight with someone you trust. You shift. You stay yourself. Nothing dissolves. That's normal. That's not the thing to worry about. People in manipulative situations adapt constantly and without a map. The shape they want today contradicts the shape they wanted yesterday. The rules change without announcement. You bend more and more until you stop knowing which shape was the original one. Eventually, the container isn't just holding you. It's the only thing holding you together. There's a specific alarm bell for this. When you have to think hard about what you want, what you actually like, what you genuinely believe, not because you're growing or reconsidering, but because the answer doesn't come anymore. You have been someone else's water for too long. That thinking hard moment, that pause where there used to be an immediate answer, that's the alarm. Coming back doesn't require becoming rigid. Rigid breaks. You've seen what rigid looks like under pressure. That's not the goal. Coming back starts small. Pick one opinion you stopped saying out loud. Say it. Not to them, necessarily. Just say it somewhere. In the car. In your notes app. To someone safe. Pick one thing you stopped doing because someone made a face the one time you did it. Start again. Quietly, if you need to. The shape returns slowly. It returns because it was never gone. It was just being held down. The substance was always there. What changed was the pressure. You were never meant to become the container. You were meant to move through it.